In this episode of Bali Marine Life, you'll find out how stingrays are adapted to their environment. Hello, this is Kim from Bali Marine Life, and in this episode, you're going to encounter 3 blue-spotted stingrays. And this first dive was at Melasti. It's a muck diving site, so there's lots of sandy bottom and corals. And I spotted this stingray, and he swam away from me, and then immediately, out of the corner of my eye, I saw another stingray buried in the sand. So instead of following the first stingray I saw swimming, I decided to watch this stingray that was buried in the sand for a while. And now I would like to talk about its adaptations and how it survives. Now, many fish breathe through their mouth and out their gills, but it's really hard for stingrays to do that because their mouths are underneath their bodies. They're buried in the sand. So stingrays have a special adaptation called spiracles. We're going to get in closer and you can see what spiracles are. They're behind their eyes, they're holes, and that is where the water is going in. And in this case, it's also going out. If their mouths are buried, the water is going both in and out their spiracles. If their mouths are not buried, the water is going in their spiracles and out of their mouths. Another adaptation of stingrays is their coloration. They're very dark green and they blend in with the sand. But not only that, they can bury themselves in this sand by flapping their large pectoral fins, which are wing-like. Now, when they bury themselves in the sand, only their eyes and their spiracles are sticking out. One other adaptation of the stingray is that it has a long whip-like tail, and on that tail are barbs, and those barbs are venomous or poisonous. If you live or you go to an area where there's a lot of sand on the beach or sandy bottom, you would have to do the stingray shuffle when entering the water. And that would scare the stingray away, and then you won't be at much of a risk for getting stung with this barb. Another adaptation of the stingray is that it has electroreception. It's like a sixth sense. In other words, it can sense the bioelectrical fields of living things which are buried underneath the sand. Stingrays eat things that are benthic, small fish, crustaceans, worms, and they can sense that that animal is there through electroreception, even if that animal is not visible and it's buried in the sand. They also have good senses of smell and eyesight and even hearing. This third encounter with a stingray was at Seraya Secret. That's another muck diving site with a nice sandy bottom. And here I would like to point out another adaptation of the stingray. It is dark when viewed from the top, and it is light when viewed from the bottom. That type of adaptation is called countershading. Many fish and even marine mammals have it. It's another way of blending in the ocean environment. This very graceful swimmer is going away now, and then I'll get a little bit closer. And I want to talk about, lastly, the threats to this species. Stingrays are threatened from overfishing, and they're caught in trawl nets. And the very fact that this particular species of stingray gives birth to live young, and only a few young per year, is another threat to the species because they only reproduce once a year, and giving birth to like 6 or 7 young at a time is a threat to that species because if overfished, they cannot replenish their supply and their population declines. I want to point out though that they do not have any parental care. Once they give birth, those young swim away fully developed and they're on their own. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about fascinating marine creatures. Thank you.